Good morning, man.
My man, how are you?
Oh man, hey, it feels good to be back on this routine.
Oh yeah.
Anything
What'd you
new
do
since I've
yesterday?
been on the stream?
Oh, you picked it up today or was it yesterday?
Yesterday I went to the gym in the evening.
Let's go.
So this morning was gym. I just got out of the shower, fresh and getting on the stream. Just
Fuck yeah.
feels too good.
How did the gym feel? What'd you hit?
I hit back and biceps.
That's awesome. How
Yeah.
are you feeling stronger or and have you been like off that workout routine?
I've been off for like 2 weeks.
Okay. And do you,
Yeah.
do you feel like sore right now?
Um, it's been something like 5 days since I picked it up, back up going to the gym. So I'm starting to feel better and better.
Oh,
Um,
okay. So you've been kind of working out for the last 5 days.
yeah, for the last 5 days, and
Okay.
I
All
had
right.
stopped for 2 weeks before that.
Well done, man. I mean, listen, it wasn't planned. Like sometimes like breaks are good when they're planned, right? When they're not planned, they're not good for your mind because your mind's
Yeah,
going to be all over the place and you're not going to feel confident in yourself. But to give yourself that break, like your body, it's okay. But again, like I said, you want them to be planned. Maybe
yeah,
once a month, you give yourself a few days off, or just give yourself one day off a week, which is what I do. But I'm glad you're feeling like yourself again a little bit.
yeah, definitely. And yeah, as I was telling you in the voice message yesterday, it's I realized really there was a week where I didn't go to the gym at all, and I was getting frustrated at work in the restaurant. Like things were kind of pissing me off
Hmm.
when I
I
used
remember this.
to not be pissed off by anything at all. And I didn't link it to going to the gym at first.
Yep.
And then a few days later, I went, like it was only one day I went to the gym for like 45 minutes, a good session.
Okay.
And instantly after, I was feeling good. And the day after, I went to work and I was like myself again, not being pissed by anything. Just things were amusing me. Like when something goes wrong, I'm just amused by it. It's just funny to me when I go to the gyms. I'm just way happier that way, and I
You,
really realized that that week.
you know what's interesting?
Tell me.
I hear a complete difference in your voice. Like compared to, there were a few weeks before I went to Cyprus that I kind of heard it in your voice where you were kind of down, not like how you were a few weeks before that, where you were really on your grind. But I can hear it in your voice now. Like you just feel great about yourself.
Yeah,
The key right now is to keep this momentum. Like all if you watch sports, the key in sports is to just gain momentum, and you can see it change like that. When it's basketball, someone steals a ball and they're like on a comeback, this team can gain that momentum in the matter of a minute or two, not even. So like your job is to just keep that momentum so you keep winning. And the key to doing that is just feeding your brain, feeding your mind with positive videos where when it comes to like self-development, talking to me back and forth, adding staying on your daily routines. It's not easy in the beginning, but it's going to be easier down the road because this just becomes habit now. So the key is to just keep building these habits. We're going to be hopping on our Zoom today at 12. So
yeah,
keep building these habits and you're going to really start to feel good about yourself, just like you were
yeah.
before.
All these details, all these 30-minute tasks, 10 minutes meditating, just reading for 20 minutes, relentless, anything that just it's just crazy how it's just details that make huge differences. But it's like there's a paradox in it, and that's hard to really grasp and act on it. But
100%. It's all in those little details, those little minute things that you're doing during the day, like journaling your trade. Once you're done journaling that trade, you feel good about yourself. You're like, okay, that's done. Right on to the next task. What do I got to do in my daily musts that I got to finish next? When you finish those daily musts and you beat your time from the day before, where it's like, let's say you finish your daily musts, you weren't able to finish them till like 4 or 5 p.m. yesterday, right? But today you're able to finish them by 3 p.m. when you're writing to yourself in your nightly journal about how you were able to do that, you feel great about yourself, and then all of a sudden tomorrow you want to beat that time again.
But how do you, with these kind of thing, how do you do when you can't beat it anymore? You cannot. Yeah, you're gonna finish at 5 one day, at 3 p.m. the day after, and then midday, and then but you can't go. There's a point where you're gonna be less efficient in a day eventually, and do 5 p.m. again. How
You
do you
say,
approach that?
oh,
Like,
you say, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, you want to beat the time at which you finish every day, but
Mhm.
there's going to be a day where you can't beat that time anymore.
There's certain things like with workouts. Let's say you know, I'm on the bike and I want to. There's this feature on the bike at my gym. It's called Sprint 8, and it's hit intervals. You know what hit intervals are?
No.
Okay, so hit intervals, this is a great way for you to burn fat. I'm going off on a tangent right now, but hit intervals is where you're doing one exercise. Let's say I'm biking really fast on a hard setting for 30 seconds. And then all of a sudden I give myself a minute break where I'm like, you know, the level goes down a little bit, right? Where it's not as hard, and you're kind of just like pedaling, giving yourself a little break. And then all of a sudden 30 seconds again where you're just going really hard. That is key to burning fat, because when you're doing cardio like that, you're burning calories through the entire day. Whereas in fact, where you're like, let's say just riding a mile, or let's say riding like 5 to 6 miles on the bike at the same pace, you're only burning calories in that one, you know, those 6 minutes or 6 miles of you training. But like if you're doing hit cardio, you're kind of burning calories throughout the entire day. And that's able for you to burn fat and really get your heart racing at a high speed. But when the reason why I was talking about that was because when you're doing that, there's a score on that machine where like I could do a hit interval where my score will be, let's say, like 94, right? And then the next score on the next interval is like 96. And then the next one is like 103. The next one's 106. But you really can't on that machine. I don't think you could go past like 106, 107. So every single time I'm doing an interval, I'm trying to beat that score. But once I get to like 106, 107, I know I can't really beat that. I'm okay with that as long as I'm meeting that criteria every single day. So my point is, when you're going back to, let's say, finishing your daily must every single day by, let's say, 3 p.m., if you know with your personal schedule and doing things efficiently, but by finishing them by, let's say, 3 p.m., that's your best time that you could possibly do it. As long as you're hitting that, you're good, right? You're beating 90% of people. You're beating 99% of people, because most people are not on this routine of doing this every single day and improving every single day, right? So don't be too hard on yourself where it's like, all right, I'm not beating my time anymore. I'm literally hitting 3 p.m. every single day with my daily must, and I can't really do anything better than that without decreasing my efficiency with the things that I'm doing, my tasks that I'm doing. You got to be okay with that 3 p.m. Threshold.
Okay, you perfectly responded.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Beautiful. But like I said, I'm glad I hear it in your voice. I'm glad to see you're back on your workout routines and everything. Next step is just, you know, posting it in your fitness channel, and you know, kind of competing with us and
Yeah.
showing us what you're up to. That is another form of journaling when you're posting in there. It's not just for me. Like I'm not just, it's not just like to be accountable to me, but it's like this is where I can journal and add my workouts in this channel and show everyone else what I'm doing, and really lead by example and be a leader in here.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna be hopping on at 12 p.m. today. I'm really looking forward to it, and getting right back to where we left off last.
Definitely.
All right, we got Jamie, we got Sammy in here. What's up, boys?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Yeah.
Doing good. Doing good. Sorry, being late. Took a must relaxer last night, so a little groggy, but I'm okay.
You feeling sore from something? You got
Yeah,
injury?
I was painting the house this weekend.
Okay.
So, and all the nooks and crannies you have to twist and contort and bend this way, and so kind of overextended a little bit, but I still have to finish up. I just wanted to prevent the back from tightening up on me again. So took a muscle relaxer just to let the muscles relax, and feeling good.
Yeah, painting ain't easy. Do you use a roller or just a brush?
No, I use roller and a brush. You got to cut the edges in with the brush.
Yep.
And go back and roll over it.
The roller, man. I don't know if it's just me, but when I'm using that roller, I guess I'm like really pushing hard on the wall. And I'm also tight, like holding the roller tight. When I'm done painting for the day, I mean, my hand is just like, I can't even grab anything. It's just like so sore. And I asked my dad if he gets that. He's like, nah. And I don't know. It's maybe that's just me, but
well, he's probably done it long enough in his life to where it doesn't bother him anymore. It's like, okay, whatever. So
he does it sometimes. So he's got the muscle memory, I guess, of painting. He's fine.
There you go.
Is your back doing better? Or is it?
Oh yeah, that feels great this morning.
What was your injury a few weeks ago?
That was my back, my lower back on that muscle. Yeah, that's why when I felt it tighten up, I'm like, okay, let me just do a little preventive maintenance. I'll just take the muscle relaxer. I'll stretch tomorrow and just make sure it stays loose, and I'll be off and running.
Yeah. Okay. All right, good stuff, man.
Yes, sir.
You doing it with your wife, or is it just you?
No, well, she comes out and she does the coaching.
Oh yeah.
So Yeah, you missed the spot. Don't forget this, don't forget that. So I'm like, okay, thank you, boss. I'm good.
Nice. Typically how it goes, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's up, Sammy? If you can hear me.
Oh, good, bro. How are you?
Good, man. Good, man. How was your day yesterday?
Yeah, it's good. Good.
Beautiful. Let me check my phone. When are we? I know Jamie, me and you were tonight. Quentin, me and you were 12. And then Sammy, Thursday, 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I got so many Zooms with you guys this week. Let's see, Wednesday. Oh, 2 p.m. Okay, beautiful. All right, let's get into the economic calendar, and then we'll get into the charts. I actually was able to take 2 trades this morning already on GJ and gold. I'll point out exactly what I did. I was able to journal the GJ trade. I'm going to journal the gold trade later today, but I'm going to break down this entire trade for you guys so you guys get a good idea of what I was thinking. This is also in the group Trello as well, if you guys want to take a look at that. But and that's something I really want to get back to this week, of you guys adding all your trades in there so that I can go back and review them, and we could go on them. We could go over them on your one-on-one Zooms so that you guys, are obviously improving every single week with some of the setups that you're seeing and some of the setups you're taking. But when it comes to the economic calendar today, again, take it easy today. We have FOMC statement on Wednesday, so you're not going to have as much volume. That doesn't mean there's not going to be trades to be taken. Like I said, I was able to take 2 this morning that were pretty good setups. So you're going to have opportunities, but again, just know that a lot of your opportunities may be coming after Wednesday. You're going to have a lot of volume after that, and it's going to be nice. You got obviously GDP coming out on Thursday. You got PCE coming out on Friday. So just obviously hold on. Hold the reins back a little bit and make sure that you're just being smart and patient in the beginning of this week. But everything is exciting, and it's it's good to look forward to for the rest of the week. But looking at the chart now, again, as you guys can see, GJ is still pretty rangy over here, between 158 and 168 over here. As you can see, we got our highs up here. We've been creating these lower highs over here, but at the same time, higher lows. Since COVID, we've been bullish. You guys know that. But since tapping into 152, holding our support down here, we've been making these higher lows. But again, like I said, we've been making these lower highs over here, so we got to see what's going on. Our previous week, last week, we ended up closing bearish. Right now, we have a top wick so far in this current weekly candle. Is this candle going to flip bearish and continue down over here, or are we going to hold support in here and continue back up? Looking at the daily, Daily is even more rangy, as you guys could see. I'm going to mark off a few levels here around 162. We have a nice support that's been holding. Can always adjust that as we go down the time frames. And then we have our resistance around 166 over here that we've held multiple times, creating these lower highs. All right, ever since tapping into 168, 168, 500, somewhere around here, just lower highs, lower high over here. And now, as you can see, yesterday we got that bullish candle close, pretty strong bullish candle close holding that support. But right now, as you can see, the current daily candle created a top wick and is now flipping bearish. So I've seen this setup a lot, you know, more so in a downtrend over here. But I've seen this setup a lot where we end up closing bearish somewhere around here, or even stronger, or maybe even weaker. But the next candle creates a top wick, flips bearish, and continues down here to possibly tap 162 again. Thank you. Hold on 1 second. Carlos, what's up, buddy?
Yo, what's up? Good morning.
Good morning, man. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Great, man. Just breaking down GJ over here. I'm just going to pick off where I left off, and then we'll catch up when I'm done, all right?
All right.
All right, awesome. So, again, current daily candle is flipping bearish over here. It's pretty bearish right now. Very choppy. We are in a range, right? We are still holding this support over here. But, again, we've seen this set up multiple times together, and I've seen it myself personally where we get this strong bearish price action, little retracement over here. Yesterday was that retracement where we held support, and now we're getting that lower high, and this candle's flipping bearish. Looking at the 4 hour now, this is what I woke up to, where we have multiple taps here of this area, respecting the bearish trend, but also respecting 166, which is more important. And then we got that last tap up here where this candle ends up reacting to the area and closing a very strong bearish candle. We get a little retracement over here where we have 165. I'm actually going to just draw this right here. 165 ended up holding a resistance after previously holding support and just tanked from there, coming right back down and holding a support somewhere around 163, right? So once holding that support at 163, we got this retracement up here, and we held that resistance multiple times. We got almost like a double top right here. You'll be able to see it in the lower time frames. Double top here. And again, very strong bearish candle, just like we got over here, a last tap of that area, and price just tanked from there. Right now, very small top wick, past the low of the previous candle, and we're continuing down with a pretty clean move to the left over here. Looking at the 1 hour, and again, I'll point out the trade that I took this morning. We're looking at a support that was held right here. You could drag that to the left. Got this consolidation all over here to the left as well, kind of a mess, but nonetheless, your most recent support and resistance, your most recent price action, you got a very clean move here to the left to mirror. And that's exactly what's happening over here. So since London this morning, right, we got that last tap around 2 a.m. of 165, 164, 500, 164, 800. We end up tanking from here. So now looking at the 30-minute over here, what I woke up to and what I looked at after my morning routine was, again, strong bearish formations. Our most recent price action to the left, we have a support right here, right? We have this support right here, and then we ended up getting a clean close below that support, right? We get the retest right here, right, where we get the weak bearish bullish candle close. This candle grabs liquidity for the last time and then flips bearish, passing the low of that candle and continuing down. The one reservation I had about this setup right here was this indecision candle, how we passed the high of that candle. You'll be able to see it on the 15-minute as well. I didn't like that, but what I did do was I waited for the 15-minute to close. My original target was pretty much down here, but the reason I closed the full thing right here around 17 pips, not around, but at 17 pips right here, was because of this level right here. And not to mention, like I was about to start the live session, I don't want to be in a trade while we're breaking down charts and stuff like that. I don't like being distracted while I'm doing this. Thank you, Jamie. So I ended up closing the full thing at 17 pips. I do think that we're going to continue down over here, but we could possibly get a further retracement to then continue down because we're pretty extended over here. Not that, you know, that doesn't mean we're not going to continue down, but we could get a further pullback to then continue down with New York volume. But I think my main target right here is around 163,600 right over here, this previous resistance. I think we could tap into that area. But looking at the 15-minute, what I ended up doing was waiting at 6:15, waiting for this 15-minute candle to close like this, close a strong bearish candle, engulfing candle. Again, like I said, I didn't like this indecision candle, which is why I was hesitant on the trade, but I put my stop loss right above that area. It's also above the 30-minute as well. But once this candle closed, we had a lot of volume in this area, right? So as soon as this candle closed at 6:15, around 6:16 and 6:17, this candle was going back and forth, creating this top wick. And I was kind of getting unsure about the trade, but I was pretty confident that we were going to continue down and not really reverse from here because we got that close below the support, right? But once 6:19 came around, 6:18, 6:19, that's where we got that bearish push. You look at the 1 minute right here, right? We were kind of consolidating over here. We got this last tap, which was that top wick. And then all of a sudden, 6:18, 6:19, we just tanked from here, right? So again, looking at the 15-minute, clean move to the left. This candle flips bearish. What I could have done is enter another position once this candle passed the low of the previous candle right here. And then once we tapped in this around 17 pips, which was my 1-to-1, that's where I just closed the full thing again, because we're coming onto the live stream. I don't want to be in a trade during that. But that was my trade, right? And then I'll break down my gold trade as well for you in a second. What's up, Lewis?
Good morning, buddy. How you doing?
My man, doing great. Been a while. How are you?
It's been a while, man. Yeah, I know, man. How's everything with you, Mr. Cypress?
Oh, it's amazing. Amazing. I'll fill you in a second. I actually reached out to you on Slack for a one-to-one Zoom whenever you're available. Just let me know and we'll schedule that, and I'll fill you in about the trip and all that stuff, and then we'll get back into a rhythm with your goals and your trading and all that stuff, and get right back to where we left off.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, so just let me know when you're available. But now going back to this, after analyzing that trade, again, we have very bearish price action. We know that London or Asian was kind of rangy, and then London, we've had that bearish volume over here, just pushing down with a clean move to the left. So right now, the current 1 hour candle is about to close in 5 minutes, close a very strong bearish candle. No signs really so far in the 1 hour of a reversal. We could very well get a top wick on the next candle. Price continues down to 163,600 or even 163 flat, back to this support over here. So looking at the 30-minute now, right now the 30-minute ended up closing a very strong bearish candle. Next one is kind of rangy around here. Again, we're reacting to this area that I was just pointing out, but that doesn't mean we're not going to continue down. It looks like this candle may close either a doji, may close a weak bullish or a weak bearish, but we could very well be continuing down from here. Got a strong 15-minute candle close right here. Next one closed pretty weak. Right now, we're creating a higher low here on the 15-minute and really holding support in this 865, 870 level right here. So are we going to get a reversal, or not a reversal, but further retracement to then continue down? Or are we just going to kind of range in here and then continue to drop? And possibly you guys will be able to catch a move right here to mirror this move and come right back down to that 600 level. Anybody seeing anything different that they want to point out or have any questions about this? No, everyone's good?
Yes, sir.
Right,
Yes,
awesome.
sir.
Jamie, good job sending your chart. If you guys could send your charts as well of what you're looking at, it'll give me a good idea, and we can adjust some ranges and stuff like that. So looking at EJ here, we got very similar price action. We had that range. It looks like since London, we've been in this bearish trend as well, pushing down. It looks like we got a very clean close right here below this support, right? So to me, I actually like this, right? It's tricky. You're really trading against the daily trend. But if you get like a nice reaction to this support right over here, right? Price ends up rejecting. We get a little fake out here, and then price comes back above this previous support right here, and then you get the retest and you wait for the retest. You could possibly catch this move back up to that 420 level, right? But right now, my bias is pretty bearish. We're going to break down EJ as well. I'll have you break it down, Jamie, and we'll see if this is even pretty, realistic for price to start going bullish. But right now, what I'm looking for, the main bias, I think right here, you get about 70 pips in this range. I don't know what the price action is to the left here, but I would probably be looking for that retest right here. Low be created, and then you get a nice move coming right back down to 138. All right, but great job breaking it down. I like it. What is this area right here, Jamie?
So that's my point of hesitation. There's an actual low to the left, where price held support. It did a quick liquidity grab, dropped down and came right back above it and had a strong move away from it. So it's just a point of hesitation, a point of interest that I flagged that I need to be aware of when EJ starts coming back down. So there it is. So let me grab.
Oh, yes, right here.
Yeah. Yep, right there. Okay. So that's that. Okay. Strong level around that 138 flat area. Need to be aware because that's a psych level. Price will react to it. It may break through it. It may hit it and then move away from it. But need to be aware of that area, period.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if we can move that up a little bit because of, this is kind of like a fake out right here. It's a strong level. It's 138. It's a psychological level. But right here, you got these reactions to this level. You have this resistance right here, multiple reactions here, and a support formed. Again, same exact thing over here, consolidation above that area, then a little fake out below it. And then price held above it right here as well. So that might be your level right above 138 here. But the more important thing is you have this area and you got a low created, which is beautiful. So maybe you can get this retest right here, and this will be your trade this morning.
Yes, sir.
Your right here. Got a level right there, that support right there. Once you break that, you got a clear move to continue down. It looks like, again, 7 o'clock just opened up. So let me see how the 1 hour closed. 1 hour closed beautifully below that support. So far, the 1 hour doesn't have a top wick right now. So I would probably expect maybe some kind of a pullback, further pullback over here, because you got this candle closing 30 on the 30-minute, ended up pushing below the previous candle and flipping bullish and closing like a doji candle. This one doesn't have a top wick. So right now it's retracing. I could see it retracing back up to this level, holding a resistance, and then you could continue this thing down. So just be aware because this is pretty overextended. I would just really wait for candles to close in your direction and take this thing down. And even safer sells might be below this 500 level, 550 to continue down. That'll be your range right here. All in this whole area will be your next area to tap into, which you got about 50 pips in there, which is nice. So just wait for your setup. If you don't get it, you don't trade it, but you just live back test it and see how it plays out. But we'll be monitoring this today.
Okay.
I just want to go back to GJ really quickly. All right, so we ended up closing bullish here at that area. This candle, this 1 hour candle doesn't have a bottom wick. We are pretty overextended. And as you can see, if you pay attention to the anatomy of these candles, strong candle, getting a little bit smaller of the body, then a little bit weaker. And then now this candle doesn't have a top wick yet, and it's pretty weak. So we're tapping into this area right here where we could very well get a retest right here and then continue back down, right? If you extend this to the left over here, that's a pretty critical area. So expect some kind of a pullback here, which is what you want, because as a business owner, you want to sell the high. You want to be able to sell people your product as high as you possibly can. So it's better selling it up here than down here. So just be patient and wait for that. Get that minor pullback in this bearish trend, and then eventually you could get this exact move right here after the pullback right here. Pretty much identical with a clean move to the left. All right, so off to gold right now. Gold again, we broke down our historical levels. We actually did clear the entire chart yesterday and just remarked all of our historical levels. You guys are all familiar with what my historical levels are: 2075, 2000, 1900. You have 1830, 1750, and then of course 1680, which we're now bouncing off of again over here. Right, multiple times we've bounced off. Fundamental news, obviously, the recovery from COVID over here, bringing us from historical highs up here all the way back down to 1680, where then we started getting the fear from inflation and also Palestine invading, or not invading, but sending missiles over to Israel, which almost sparked some kind of a war in the Middle East. So obviously that's going to draw a lot of fear. Then you get the really good NFP numbers, and then eventually you get a retracement from that, and then another very good NFP number coming out, which pushed us right back down to 1680 again. So now we're right back at that level. Since Russia invaded Ukraine, pushing us to all-time highs again, we've been bearish with the Fed coming out saying that they were going to increase rates. So this has all been pretty much priced in, the Fed increasing rates, creating lower highs and lower lows, and now we're right back down to 1680. So expect that bounce like we just got right here with this current weekly or previous weekly candle. But what are we doing here? Because the current weekly candle is creating a lower high right now and flipping bearish, continuing this movement. So can we continue back down and tap into 1680 again? I remember over here, we ended up getting a double tap, or like if you look at the daily over here, you got a double bottom of 1680. So could we get a retest of 1680 before holding support and continuing up, right? And if that's the case, then if we get that here, that means that the Fed rate hikes for the year are pretty much priced in, right? But if not, I think that price could push through 1680 if they keep raising rates, push through 1680 and continue down to this, I would say 1580 level. Previous support right over here, and you get a nice clean move on the higher time frames that you can mirror back down to that level. So anticipate that. But now looking at the daily, yesterday we ended up getting that bearish close right here, right? Creating a lower high. We had that price action where we're creating lower highs over here. This current daily candle for today already created a top wick right now, and we're now starting to flip bearish. Could we pass low that candle and continue down here? Or are we going to hold the support in this area, that previous resistance, and possibly consolidate or even push up higher back up to 1750 and consolidate back up to this level over here before continuing down, just like we did over here, where we create the new low, price consolidates all the way back to this 1870 level, right? Taps into that bearish trend, and then we get that hard push with this candle right here, creating a new low, coming right back up, kind of retesting that level. Then we've been bearish ever since, continuing down. So now we just created this new low down here at 1680. Could we consolidate to that level and then continue down, or are we just going to continue down from here, or possibly, like I said, get that double bottom and then price continues up from here? You want to be able to analyze every single situation on the higher time frames and the lower time frames to get a good idea and give yourself the advantage of understanding where price is probably going to go. And then from there, understanding probabilities and where price probably should go with the fundamentals behind it. Looking at the 4-hour now, hard push off of 1680, as you can see. Very, very nice, solid bullish price action. But nonetheless, we are respecting this bearish trend over here. Lower highs over here. You get kind of like a double top over here before continuing down. But looking more at the price action, which is more important, what we have is a support right in here, previous resistance as well. But right now, we're more recent support right here holding. After price bouncing off of this area and coming up into this area, we ended up holding a resistance right around 1730, I would say. Right, we can always adjust this with these wicks over here in the lower time frames. But right now, price is tapped into there twice, and then eventually again tapping into that area, creating these very weak bullish candles after price came down to this level right here, which I'll mark off. Resistance, resistance, support. Price ended up closing below it, right? And then retracing back up with very weak bullish candles. And then we get the lower high created. Price passed below the previous candle, and we're very bearish right now. So what are the chances we could continue down to this level right here if we could break through here? All right, looking at the 1 hour now, we're going to keep that level there. I know that's not our more recent support and resistance, but I'm going to keep that level there because we broke through this area. And now we have this support right here. There you go. So we have the support that price bounced off of, and now we've created these. I'm just going to move this over here. That's that double top I was talking about. And then you had this level that we were talking about yesterday, where we live back tested this entire move right here, right? We ended up breaking through this previous resistance pretty hard. Good solid 30-minute price action to continue down with a wick to fill. I'll show you in a second. But we continued all the way down to this level, consolidated last night. If you watch the breakdown for Asian, consolidated last night, and then all of a sudden late last night around 8, 9 o'clock, not that late, but 8, 9 o'clock, we pushed up into this level 1728 again, and then push hard from there. Came up to retest it just like we did over here, right? Same exact situation right over here. Came up to retest that level, and then hard bearish price action from that area. And this is all kind of pricing in what the Fed is going to be doing tomorrow when it comes to the rate increase. They're probably expecting a 75 basis point increase, and that's what I would expect as well. But right now, we are pushing hard in these areas. Current 1 hour candle is very, actually previous 1 hour candle is very bearish right here. This one's creating a top wick, could be filling that wick, and that could be a trade right now for you. Yeah, I actually like that a lot. But this is the trade that I took this morning. When we ended up getting, you have this support, resistance, support as well. You ended up getting this candle closed below that area, right? Once this candle came up, created a top wick, flipped bearish, and passed low of that candle, I took this scalp right here. Once that candle flipped bearish past the low of that candle, my target was this support right down here. Once we got the 1-to-1 and I grabbed around 21 pips, 20 pips, I ended up closing the full thing. Again, because I was hopping on the live with you guys. I don't like to be in a trade while I'm breaking everything down, or being in a scalp at least while I'm breaking everything down for you guys. So I ended up just closing the full thing right there, and that was it. And it was also pretty much at the same time as the GJ trade. So I got to be a little conservative there. Now, I like price continuing down over here, but these candles are getting a little bit weaker, and you do have kind of a range right here and the support right here, right? Got this support, price bounced off of again, and continued up. So maybe this might be better for you, where you get that retracement back up to this area around 1721, 1720, 800, where price holds that resistance and then continues right back down with the New York volume. Does that make sense to you guys? See, the 1 hour is very strong right here. But this candle is retracing. It's pretty bearish, but it's got a healthy top wick. So let's say this candle flips bearish and fills that wick. It looks like this is a healthy enough wick for price to continue down to retest that low, right? But I wouldn't be surprised if you get some kind of a retracement in this area. See the 15-minute. Yeah, 15-minute ended up closing bullish right in this area. I wouldn't be trading this based on the 15-minute because it's a little choppy. But it did create a lower high over here. Price could be continuing down from here. Just be aware of this area because we rejected once, twice, 3 times, and we could very well reject again. So maybe wait for the 15-minute close in 3 minutes to see if it closes below this level, to see if that's something that you want to take down. Get something in the chat. Great job, Carlos. Let's see. This is gold. Yes, gold. Okay. So you're looking for potential buys over here once we break above this level. So you got 117. Okay. And then these are your safe sells, which I like better. In great levels as well. 1 hour level. Play the range if all rules applies. So you're just waiting for a close and a break and retest of this level right here. Is that your main bias, Carlos?
Yeah.
You there?
Hello, you can hear me?
Yes.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, that's my main bias. Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. So mainly sells. You're looking for the break and retest right over here. I would be careful of buys. I would say, maybe you could take buys if price breaks 1721. But at that point, keep in mind with gold, you got the Fed funds rate coming out next tomorrow. So don't try to force any buys in this area. If price comes back into this range right here, right, maybe try not to trade it. If anything, if price breaks above this previous resistance over here, and you get this break and retest, you may be able to grab buys back up to this level. But just keep in mind that's kind of far-fetched. I don't know if that's going to happen.
For sure.
Yeah, if price comes into this area, I don't know if I'd be taking these buys right here. But it really depends on the setup. We'll see what ends up happening. But right now, everything is bearish. Right, you got the Fed funds rate coming out tomorrow, which tells you they're going to be increasing rates by 75 basis points again, which is bearish for gold. So keep that in mind for your fundamentals. All right, 15-minute ended up closing below this area over here, right? So can this candle create a top wick, respect this area, and flip bearish? Is that a trade that you want to take? Got about 25 pips in there, which isn't that much for gold. And it's kind of consolidating, but I do think that we could very well continue down from here. Let's see, 30-minute. 30-minute looks better. Starting to continue down here. You see, this is where the 5-minute comes in. Lower highs here on the 5-minute. Got a nice bearish candle close. Maybe if this candle flips bearish and passes the low of that candle, that could be a solid entry. Sounds good, Carlos. But I don't know. These candles are getting weaker in here. So maybe you may want to wait and keep in mind, like, we get a lot of moves, from New York Open through 10, 11 o'clock. We also have consumers' confidence coming out today, right? At 10 a.m., right? Richmond Manufacturing Index. So this could have been the move that I grabbed during pre-New York because it was a nice solid push over here, this wick right here. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to create a move, or you don't have to take a trade. I'm actually working over here on our mission statement that we're going to be reading every morning. Where is it? And also like reminders for you guys to keep in mind. Reminders here. You don't need to catch a trade today. You don't have to trade today. You should be on the charts every day. You should be looking at the charts and making sure that like you're getting your setups and watching price action, keeping your eyes trained and all that stuff. But you don't need to enter a trade today. I actually do like this. If this candle flips bearish, I could see price continuing down, especially because the higher time frames are all lining up. But we do not overtrade and we do not over risk. These are different, good reminders for us before hopping into a session together and doing our breakdowns for us to go over together. but I'm working on an actual mission statement that we're all going to be reading through every single morning, and just making sure that we're all on the same mission. Going back to GJ over here, take a look at the way this is forming over here. Got the top wick over here. We're passing the low of the previous candle. 15-minute ended up closing bearish like this. I like this formation a lot, especially on the 30-minute. If you get this formation on the 30-minute, I love it. Only thing is we keep rejecting this level, and we actually rejected it here with this candle as well. But at the same time, it is an engulfing candle. This candle completely engulfed that candle. You just haven't gotten a top wick on this candle yet. It is the 15 minutes, so take it like a grain of salt. But maybe your best option would be waiting for this 30-minute candle to close below this area, and then this is your range to take the sell. You got about 25 pips in here. Right? So wait for the candle to close right there. Your next candle creates a top wick, flips bearish, and then this is your move. Just continuing all this bearish price action here. Everything registering with you guys? Everyone, there we go. I think I'm the only one that trades gold in here, right? Any of you guys trade gold?
I'm in gold.
Okay. Oh, nice, Sammy. You took it as we flip bearish here?
Yeah, I'm up like 11 pips. Oh.
Let's go. Where's your stop loss?
Current.
It's above the current right here?
Yeah, current.
Okay. You don't have to put it above this wick, but I would probably keep it like entering this trade. I would probably put it slightly above 1719. Right. That's something that you could add to your journal and, write to yourself. Maybe give that enough space, because this is trading on the 15-minute at gold. You could very well get snapped back and then price continues in your direction. It didn't happen now, but I just don't want that to happen next time you take a trade like this.
Yeah.
So I started looking at it. Sorry, Sammy, go ahead, brother.
So I just said it looks super good, so I just had to take it.
Yeah.
And obviously you were resonating with it, and I just thought,
yeah,
he's never wrong.
What was that?
I just thought he's never wrong. So
I'm never wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try.
You two are a mess. So I've been beaten into submission, okay, by you guys and the queen. So I started looking at it again. I'm not trading it. I'm just going to learn it.
That's exactly what you want to do.
And, see what it would take to trade it to the point where I'm comfortable with it.
Okay.
Sorry, what? Jamie's trading gold?
Listen, I've been beaten into submission.
Hey, you said the queen is talking you into it. What'd she say?
Yeah, she's like, listen, you really just need to take your time and learn it. And, believe there's a lot to be made on gold. If you set your stops right, you get the right entries, you can really do some damage. You can make a killing on gold.
Oh, yeah.
So there's no need to be afraid of it. Just learn it and understand it, and you'll grow and become comfortable with it.
If you can keep the right process of every successful trader of where you can stay patient and sit on your hands for a month and just watch it, journal the trades that you're missing. Journal not missing because you're not trading it, so you're technically not missing it. But if you could sit on your hands and just analyze it, watch it play out, watch these setups play out, you're really going to start to gain confidence, and your eyes are going to be more and more trained for you to take some of these setups. And you're going to start adding them into your arsenal. You're going to come up with your trading plan for gold, right? It's going to be a little different than EJ, because you're going to be waiting for different things. You're going to want to stick to the 30-minute on gold, so you're not getting stopped out all the time. But I have full confidence in it, because you have the work ethic too, and also the patience to be able to sit on your hands, journal, and go through the true process of learning a pair. It's like getting a new girlfriend. And understanding the way she operates, and how the estrogen pumps in frequently, where her emotions set off at certain times of the day, right? So that's exactly what you need to learn for about a month, and after a month you can start executing on some of these setups.
Yeah. Like, see, on this one, if I had to trade gold right now, the setup I would be looking at is once I broke this neckline, gave this top wick rejection back into the zone, and my stops would be right above here. And then I would ride it all the way down to this zone.
So you would have taken the trade I took this morning?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what you ended up getting, and we can always adjust this zone right here. Like at the time, what I was looking at, it's right here. How is that? There we go. Get that support right over here, resistance right here, and support right there. We ended up getting a clean close with a wick to fill below that area. Clean move to the left right here. Once this candle closed bearish as well, what I waited for, and I wasn't planning on taking this. I was eyeing it, but I was already in GJ. I already grabbed my GJ trade. So what I was looking at was this candle creating a top wick and respecting the high of that, right? Once it flipped bearish, I could have entered right there. But what I did was I had entered right here as this candle passed below the previous. You had a lot of volume pumping in if you watched it at the time. And then price, I was very much anticipating if I kept my stop loss up here above these candles right here, if price just continued down here, tap this area, that's exactly where I closed the full thing.
Okay.
Right? But I love Sammy's trade right here. It's exactly what we just called out. You waited for this 15-minute candle close, and what you had here was, again, this support that we keep rejecting. We rejected it 3 times in a row. 1, 2, and then we get the weak bullish close, rejected it again. Lower high formed with this wick. We closed below that level, which is what I said to wait for. Once this candle created its top wick and passed below that candle, you get that pre-New York volume from 7 to 8 a.m. Most of the time, it really happens, especially on GJ, from 7:30 or 7:45 to 8 a.m. But you ended up getting it right here, where we ended up flipping bearish and then filling this wick right here, which is very realistic to fill and retest this area right here. So great job, Sammy. Now, your next step, Sammy, is journaling this and then adding it to the group Trello. Once you start, what was that?
Yeah, I'm just journaling right now.
Oh, beautiful. Good shit. I think that's a major step for you. Once you really start getting into journaling, I forget if you used to journal and you stopped. What was it?
Yeah, 100%. I used to journal, and then obviously I was like, I never lost a trade for a long time, put it that way. Yeah. And then I stopped journaling and then fell off the bandwagon a bit.
Okay, so when you first came in here, you went on like a 20 trade streak, right?
Yeah.
Were you journaling at that time?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what I'm guessing is you got a little complacent.
Yeah, I was journaling, doing AARs, I was writing the journal, everything.
Yeah, man.
Back testing every day. Yeah. I think from March to about end of April, I didn't lose. So
yeah, that's
crazy.
Yeah, that was awesome to watch. And you know, it happens. You get complacent, and this is one thing that Jamie always says: stay hungry, stay humble. So when you stay humble, you're always trying to learn. You're always telling yourself, I have not arrived yet. There's things that I need to learn. There's things I need to do to get better. And just keeping your same routine. If you're going through a 20-win streak, I think it was even more than that. Why would you change anything that you were doing? You know, I understand why you did, because it's human nature, and that's what happens with us, because we get a little greedy and we also get a little complacent. I know why it happened, but like at the end of the day, you just look in the mirror, you're like, why would I change any of that? Everything was working. Why would I get away from that? Right. So now it's just about getting back to it. Again, we have our Zoom on Thursday, so looking forward to that, seeing what some of your trades are. But guys, place them all in the group Trello. If you take a look at the group Trello, you have, let's see, what is this? Yeah, right here. You could see the 2 trades that I missed yesterday over here, which we can go over right now because we don't have too many things playing out right now. This was the trade that I missed during pre-New York yesterday at 5:15. And I missed this because I was in the middle of my morning routine, but typically I want my morning routine to be finished by 5:15. If you guys look at the fitness channel over here, you'll see my morning AAR. It's a good example of, what you want to write here and some of these, just a quick couple sentences, some of your numbers as far as weight and whatever you want to do. That's what this is for. But I'm looking to finish that by 5:15 a.m. every morning, so that I could hop on the charts and do my analysis, look at articles, stuff like that. But I missed this because I was too late on my morning routine yesterday. Not that I was too late. I was really just setting the bar yesterday, and it ended up being around like 5:30 that I did that. So that's why I missed this trade over here. But let's look at this 15-minute trade on gold. So anyway, gold ended up bouncing off 1680, as we know. The next daily candle, or no, this is the weekly. Yeah, the next weekly candle created a bottom wick and was flipping bullish at the time. Still very similar price action to what we have now. Again, now the daily candle ended up closing bullish right over here. Next one created a bottom wick, flipped bullish over here at the time. So now what we have was price breaking through the previous resistance over here, coming up to this area and creating a high and retesting that previous resistance here. We come down, we hold support, we get a strong bullish candle, another bullish candle over here, and then a pass to the previous candle. It looks like price is continuing up to possibly fill that wick, right? Especially with the bounce off 1680. You have that confirmation right there. Now what you have is a resistance right over here. That price keeps rejecting right here and right here. Then we get that weak rejection right here, and then a strong bullish candle holding support in this area. Get that strong bullish candle right there. Clean move to the left to possibly come up to this area, or at least tap into that wick right there. How can we grab part of this move? This is our setup here too. So now this is the 30-minute. 30-minute ended up holding this support right here, right? Ended up getting another rejection of this area, but then you get the higher low 30-minute candle close over here. This candle was pretty strong. No bottom wick, but you could still see the bullish trend price is respecting over here, and you get the clean move to mirror to the left here. Now, looking at the 15-minute, what you end up getting is the clean, strong close above that resistance. You get the retest, clean resistance, bearish candle close above that level, and then a very strong 15-minute candle close above that level right there, engulfing, and a very strong close. Possibly place your stop loss below this bearish candle close right there, and then see how this thing rides up. And you got plenty of room to manage your trade if price starts going against you. So price ends up pushing up after this candle, right? We end up getting the 1-to-1, secure 80% at 25 pips, 1-to-1, stop loss at break even. Now, the question I wrote to myself in the description was, should I have moved my stops to break even so quickly when it was a 15-minute trade? Maybe I should have entered 2 trades here, split my risk, and let the other one go right up to my take profit right up here, where I would have been stopped out at break even right over here, right? And then price would have continued in my direction. So maybe at least secure one of them at secure 80% of one of them, or the full position of one of them at 25 pips, 1-to-1, and then move your stops to break even on that first position. Okay, you get stopped out. But the second one, you get your TP hit, right? Which was about 55 pips, somewhere around here. And then, of course, price reversed over here. I should actually go over here and take a just going to do something real quick. A lot of times I forget to take those after pictures. Also want to make this my cover. Okay, so 30-minute after price tanked. Okay, so Just going to do the same thing over here in my journal. Anybody have any questions about that so far? No? You guys are good?
Yeah. How do we add into the co-op journal stuff?
I'll explain in one second. How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad. I'm good. I'm good.
Good
Sorry, I
shit.
woke up late. Pardon?
Woke up a little bit late?
Yeah, I got to
Okay.
work on that. So
Yeah, it's just something that you write in your nightly journal. You know, your morning AAR, woke up late. Don't let it happen again. You guys need to set your standards. This goes for all of you guys. Set your standards for I'm never going to settle for anything less than my best. Tell yourself that every single day. If you keep telling yourself that every single day, eventually it's going to become habit. You're never going to be settling for anything less than your best, right? Make yourself proud. Make your family proud. Make whoever you want proud of yourself. But most importantly, you guys want to make yourselves proud, because once you do that, you're setting your not your standards, but you're setting your confidence level to a level that you maybe not even think is possible. You may not even think it's possible. It's crazy. I was just talking to Quentin this morning. He was the first one on the stream, and we're talking about how he's getting back into his workout routine and how much better he's feeling. But guess what? I didn't even have to hear him tell me how good he's feeling, because I could hear it in his voice. I could hear how good he's doing, how on track he is with his workouts, and how good he's feeling about himself just by the tone he's talking, right? So it's just feel good about yourself. If you wake up late one morning, tomorrow morning, don't let it happen again. That's all. Don't kill yourself over it. Just make sure it doesn't happen again. That's all. Okay, so Reese, all you have to do if you want to copy a trade, because I don't want you guys to have to journal a trade twice, just to put it in the group Trello. That wouldn't make any sense. It would take too much time of back testing or journaling other trades and stuff like that. That would just wouldn't make sense. So once you're finished doing a full breakdown and full journal, writing to yourself in here, all that stuff, all you got to do is scroll down, hit copy under actions, hit copy. And what I want you to do is keep the same title, but go right here and in parentheses in the front, right? Reese in parentheses, right? Keep the labels, keep the attachments, and copy where to the board of SFX Trading Group Co-op Journal, right? And then you go to the list. The list is going to be the date, right? 24 or week of 24th to the 29th. And then whatever position it's in, you can just put it in the last position if you want. Hold on one second, guys. We got a potential trade here on GJ. We ended up closing above that level here, but we got a top wick formed. I actually like this a lot. Let me see something. Yeah, we got a clean move to the left. Top wick formed on that candle. Should be continuing down from here. So this is my last trade of the day.
Yeah, I had an alert right underneath the lows. So if it passes the lows, I was planning on taking a short there.
Okay, nice. Are you in this?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm waiting for it to pass the lows.
Yeah, it's better to wait for the close below, especially because we got that 15-minute close. But I like the momentum of price pushing down here. I only entered half my risk. So it's the last trade of the day, and it's my third trade. So I'm not gonna force anything here, but it's probably best to wait for that close below that level. But I'm taking this based on the 30-minute and how I've seen this set up so many different times. And now we're getting into that 8 o'clock volume that we should be continuing down from here. Stop loss based on the 30-minute as well. So giving it some room to breathe. But if this candle on the 15-minute ends up closing above this level again, then you could possibly, or if it closes weak, you could possibly, not possibly, but I'm going to cut 50 off of this. So let's go in and journal this together. Reese, did that make sense?
Yeah, I just added into there. Yeah, that's pretty good actually.
Okay. I'm
makes
just gonna go
everything-
through it one more time again. All right. Copy.
Okay.
Write your name in parentheses in the front. Copy where to SFX Trading Group Co-op Journal. Lists, current date all the way at the bottom, and then whatever position you want to put it in.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah, you just added to the co-op journal just now, so that
All right.
that makes everything easier from copying it to my journal to the co-op. So
Awesome. Yeah, that's and then throughout the day, what I'm gonna do is towards the end of the day, I go through that and I'm just going to add my thoughts, or we're just gonna go over it on a private Zoom. But most of the time, I'm just adding my thoughts. I'm adding a comment in here, right? And I'm tagging you. This isn't on the co-op journal, so actually, I don't know what your tag is, but that's not on the co-op journal, so it's not going to pop up there. But I'm going to tag you, and then I'm just going to write my thoughts. And a lot of times, sometimes too, I'll take a screenshot and I will show you exactly the levels that I would have, been paying attention to, or the trade that I would have taken, maybe a second trade that you could have taken, or a second entry that you could have used. You'll see exactly what I'm doing when I'm reviewing that trade.
Okay.
All right, so we are in my journal right now. Just gonna scroll down here. Short GJ on 7/26/22 at 7, I would say 37. I took that AM Tuesday, New York. Now, again, I only took this third trade because this is my setup, and I'm very confident in the way this thing could play out. So what we're going to do is, again, take a screenshot of everything. Daily. The 4-hour. So, Lewis, you're in this? Oh, wait, no, you're waiting, right? 4-hour. Lewis, you there? All right, we got a clean move to the left here. What's up, Carlos?
No, I was gonna say I'm actually doing the same. I'm waiting for this 15-minute to close.
Okay, beautiful. 30-minute.
You're in the trade already, bro?
Sir. Load created. I admit it is a little premature, but the setup is based on the 30-minute. I've seen this setup many times, and I have confidence in this more than the 15-minute for price to continue down. Nice bearish close. 2, 3 impulse entry after top book formed. Pass,
Nah, man.
Good shit. What were you waiting on exactly?
I was waiting for the top wick to that bottom wick to be passed.
Okay.
That low, where you said that low created. I was waiting for that to get.
Good job, brother. Damn, I miss trading with you guys.
I think it's melting now, bro.
Yes, sir. Good job sending, Reese. Yeah, based on the 30-minute, I had confidence that the 15-minute would break through, especially with this setup right here, this candle. Get a weak bullish candle here. Once this candle created a top wick and started continuing down, I had confidence that we were going to continue down. But again, it's probably best to wait for that 15-minute to close below. 15-minute. I'm curious how this closes too. Looks like it should be good. And again, my target is this next support right here. You got the clean move here. We should be continuing down to that level. My 1-to-1 is going to be 17 pips. I'm just going to let it go down to that support. Reese sent a chart. Great job, man. Some gold. Okay. Let's see. So what's your main bias here, Reese? Want to break this down for us?
Sells.
Sells? Okay. And you're just looking for a break and retest of this level right here, which is
17,
17,
15, 25.
okay. All right. We just got a healthy 15-minute candle close on GJ over here. Close with barely a bottom wick over here. That's okay. So that's the 15-minute, 30-minute looks great. Clean move to the left. Should be all right here. I want to micromanage this. I wanted to go over to gold real quick for Reese. Yeah, we're just continuing down over here. 17, 15. Okay. So, what? Oh, it's the 1 hour. Okay. So this is kind of your level right here, Reese.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it marked 17, 15, 45. The top is 17, 15, 45, and the bottom is 17, 15 flat. Where my orange box is.
Orange box. So I just wanted to record a video. Your orange box. Let's see. Okay. So I would say, Reese, this area right here, you may want to wait for price to break. If not, maybe 17.10 over here. But I like this area. You know, don't get me wrong. I just feel like we could be bouncing off that area. And I think below this support right there, you could very well get that break and retest right here. That might be a little bit safer. Let's go back to gold again. Because if we look, you got a very bearish gold candle right over here. After tapping into here, you got very weak bullish candles, rejection, last rejection of this area, price continuing down. So I very much think that price, if we can push through this support right here, price can push right back down to 1712,800, right? Which is right here. The only thing is we have this support right here that you want to be aware of whenever support. Yeah, I would probably adjust it right there. Yeah, actually, you know what? Right here, if we get a clean close below this area, if you missed any of this move up here, I could very well see you getting 27 pips right down here, where you could take price right back down and mirror the move to the left here. Does that make sense? Reese?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Yeah, it was indecisive in that area as well. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's difficult to break a chart down and understand like where price is probably going to go. But
yeah, just because of that area, I sent the chart. I marked a little red circle around it. So
yeah, exactly. This area is a little tricky right there. But again, like I said, if you can break through here, this area right there, you got this area right here that you could possibly take a trade in. I don't know if you want to do that, but you got to keep in mind it's a little risky in here, but this might be
about to get hit, bro.
What's up?
TP's about to get hit.
Yes, sir.
GG.
Yeah, I'm watching it here to the left.
I'm gonna secure a little bit.
I'm gonna take a little piece off because we're at 1-to-1, and I've already taken 2 trades today. So I'd say, yeah, I just secured most of it right here. Again, I'm being more conservative over this because we're now approaching these areas, and you got all these areas to the left. Don't let me spook you out of the trade. Understand that this is like your trade, like follow your plan. But I just wanted to take a little piece off of there. I think we could very well continue down to this area. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I close about like 60%, I think.
Okay. Good shit. Oh, let me mark this off.
Why do you have your that blue, like your target right there? Is that your support?
Yes. If you zoom out a little bit, you got that resistance and that support right there. That's my target.
Based on the fits, right?
Yep. And it's also kind of a good practice, you guys, if you guys keep in mind, to put your take profit a little bit before those areas. Does that make sense? Like they don't have to be exactly at that support or a little bit past that support. Maybe make it a little bit shorter than that. Might be a good practice for you.
yeah, that helped my trading a lot in the beginning too, pulling everything tighter. Like say my TP would be at like 250. If I put it at like 325 or even 350, it always hits TP. But if I put it like close to or dead on, it'll never reach it for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that happens. It happens a lot on, and this is where I got it from, Soft4fx. Because Soft4fx will push through the TP and it won't actually activate it. So it's 50% at 16.5 pips. All right, my TP was not hit because I canceled the TP and I secured another 50% of the trade, or not 50%, 80% of the trade right here. So, because I think that we could very well continue through here. I'm just going to move my stops to break even. Let me just journal this real quick. Hold on. What time frame is this? 15 minute. 15 minute closed. At 16.5 pips. And then five TP would great job, guys. It's 3 wins on the day. Let's get our where's that thing? Oh, here we go. Ring the bell.
Yeah, I close all my trade at 20 pips. Just I don't want to get greedy.
Great job, man. You missed that, huh? 15-minute TP. I'm gonna get to all your messages in the chat in a second. Would have we been hit close 80%. GA plus 20 pip gain on win. All right, so then I'm gonna write a little thing in there. Once I get to all you guys. Okay, so was this a chart that you sent before? Okay, yeah. That was that one, that one, that one, and that one. So what's your guys' take on market manipulation? That's kind of like, I don't know. For me, market manipulation, do I think it happens? Maybe. But at the same time, it's one thing that like it's out of your control, and it's something that like it's not something I'm going to keep my mind on. I'm going to keep my mind on my setups and my rules, my strategy and all that, having safe stop losses and all that stuff, and that's it. Right? If you start getting into all that stuff, it just becomes noise.
That's
and
true.
things that you can't control.
Like the only thing that I pay attention to, like when it comes to that, and when I'm watching the charts, is when I see price like taking out lows and highs.
Mhm.
Like especially if it's at the top or it's at the bottom, like you can see where those people have their like it's like our thoughts of where we would put our stop loss, right? So just knowing the fact that people have stop losses there,
Mhm.
and then when you see it pass, you know that they like for some reason I just get a thought that they're getting taken out.
To me, those are like bank TPs, and once the TP is hit, obviously you're going to get that pullback because they're taking profit right there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Stop loss hit at break even. All right, that's a trade. I'll write my description and then add it to the group Trello. Missed the boat on EJ, so I'm live back testing it. Okay. Jamie, why'd you miss it?
Well, I missed this entry because look, if you zoom in a little bit, and I'll just annotate here. There you go. So this was that weak bull close with a huge bottom wick for the wick to fill.
Mhm.
This was the bear candle with no top wick
Mhm.
with a nice wick to fill. This one formed a nice top wick and then flipped bearish and just dropped down.
Mhm.
It was just uncertainty.
Okay. So with this, I would say I think you did a good job. If you weren't sure about it, you stayed out, you live back tested it, and now you see that it worked out. The fact that this candle closed a no top wick, it's okay because it closed bearish engulfing, right?
Mhm.
Now, as long as this candle creates a top wick and flips bearish past the low of that candle, right? That's okay, right? If this candle just opened up and started pushing down with no top wick, that's not okay.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the fact that we created that top wick, you're at a high volume time. You get all this bearish momentum right now. You get the minor retest right here, engulfing candle right here, top wick right there, flip bearish. All that stuff is worth taking. And I also like your stop loss too, right? It's not immediately above here, but you put it above this level. I think you could have made it a little bit tighter,
Mhm.
but I like that you put it above that previous support.
Okay.
All right, so just keep that in mind, all right? Journal
Yeah.
it. Write that down in the description about the top wick and how this candle closed engulfing. Write down all your confirmations, where you would have entered here. Would it have been as soon as this candle closed? Would it have been after this candle flipped bearish, past the low of that candle? Which would it have been?
I would have done it as soon as this one flipped bearish and actually broke this candle body low.
Okay. Okay. I like it. Now you could have had two entries there too. Once this candle closed, and then once this candle flipped bearish like that, and then another one once you pass the low of that candle. I would just lower my risk once you pass the low of that candle.
Okay.
You already have those two entries. But great job, man. Again, great job on the stop loss placement. I know it's a bummer not catching it, but you're going to be catching these.
Yep.
Next time you see this, you're going to understand the rules behind it.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is in the chat. Just wait for closes. Still got New York open. Yes, sir. Carlos sending another chart. Love it. Okay, so could have been to way earlier. Once again, just past previous. Okay, so you were hesitant on this, huh, Carlos? You didn't like it. You weren't 100% confident with it.
So no, at the time I wasn't until I seen the volume started pushing.
Okay.
And then that's when I entered, but I could have entered like once the candle broke like the previous candle's wick.
Yep. And also, like, you didn't have to take this on the 30 and the 15-minute either, because if you took it on the 30-minute, it's a stronger confirmation, and two, you got the top wick respecting the high of the previous and passing the low that previous candle right there, and it would have been based on the 30-minute, not the 15-minute.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm trying. I still need to like keep that in mind that the higher time frame, the stronger the confirmation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, you got the bearish candle close right here with a wick to fill, past the low of the previous. But again, we keep rejecting this level, so I could see why you were hesitant. But you get the top wick formed on that candle. Once we pass the low over here, that's where your entry is. Stop loss right above the 30-minute. What's with the pink candles? I think those are red, no?
Me busting out Carlos.
Oh.
Brother, let me tell you, that's one color that just drives me nuts.
My bad. I like candy paint colors.
Man, listen, I rag on everybody I see. Any dude I see wearing pink, I'm like, listen, no, you got to fix that. No. Get rid of that.
Gotta correct that.
I heard your favorite rapper is MGK, bro.
Oh, hell no.
That's hilarious. All right, so 8 o'clock just opened. New York open. Strong bearish candle close right here. Next one, creating a top wick over here. See, I moved my stop loss to break even a little early. I was following my rules, which I'm not, upset about or anything like that. But this could very well continue through this area. To me, it's just a little overextended, and I already milked 2 trades out of this move. So I'm not gonna sweat anything. I already grabbed three wins, so is what it is. But perfect stop loss placement, right? Or TP placement. Lewis, how's your trade going?
Oh, I closed mine's fully at 20 pips.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
Good
bro, I
shit,
didn't want
man.
to get greedy. Yeah.
Welcome
Thanks,
back.
man. Thanks, though.
We're all coming back at the same time anyway. All right, so gold ended up rejecting this level over here. Right, these candles getting a little bit weaker. You're gonna get that New York pullback a little bit. Price could end up ranging. Again, don't force anything on gold with FOMC tomorrow. Yeah, just be smart. But I could see price continuing down with this price action. Price continuing down. We wait for the statement around 3 p.m. tomorrow. Well, the statement's going to come out around 2:30. Powell's going to be talking. So you're just going to trade the trend at 3 p.m. Something I learned from Ted. Wait for the news to come out. Stay patient. And once 3 p.m. comes around, you got a nice solid trend going. You get your setup, and then you can take it. And that could be further sells back down to 1680. And again, I could very well see a double bottom formed on 1680 and price continues up, pricing in all of the rate hikes for the year. But then again, I could always see us breaking through 1680. So we'll see. Trade what you see, not what you think. Let's see. What was I just gonna do? Oh, here, add this to here. 30-minute. Eat. Yeah. All right. So in the description, what you want to do is write down a few notes to yourself. All right. So with bearish momentum since London, I already grabbed. Sounds good, Jamie. Yeah, we're probably gonna hop off soon anyway. I think that was a great session breakdown. Everyone knows where price is probably gonna be going now. And then we also grabbed a nice win as well. So I'm probably gonna be ending this as after I journal this trade and everything and get started with my day. And then we could go over anything else any of you guys have, like questions. You guys want to go over any charts for any other pairs? You guys let me know.
All right, boys, I'm out. Have a good day, guys.
You too, my man. Great win. I'll see you tomorrow, all right?
Later, man. Take care.
Also, reach back out to me on Slack. We'll schedule that Zoom, all right?
You got it, my day.
All right, brother.
Let's make the donuts, bro.
Yes, sir. Already grabbed a successful sell pre-New York.
I gotta get going for work too, boys. You guys have a good day.
You too, my man. Have a great day, all right, Reese? Great productive
Yeah,
day.
thanks, man. I'll update the group if I take anything.
All right, let me know. Appreciate it. What level was this? 163, 870. 163, 870. 163, 870 level. Is kept closing. This is above on a 15-minute. Let's have a 30-minute closed bearish. And then let's get to 2 wins. Price. You guys all journaling your trades?
Yes, sir.
Good shit, man. See, this is where everyone gets quiet. It's kind of like when you're all like sitting at a table eating a really good meal. Nobody's talking. Everyone's just like eating. This is what we're doing right now. We're just journaling. Everyone's quiet.
True that.
Price retraced. Quinn, did you take that GJ cell?
No, I actually didn't.
Okay, just journal it, and if it's the next
Yeah,
time.
I'm journaling it. I wanted to at first I wanted to enter right when the 30-minute closed, but I would like a more bearish close, and then I was worried about the 15 minutes closing bullish and holding that that support.
So you didn't like that?
But yeah, should have sticked to the 30-minute and saying that it closed below 164 flat, and that was the most relevant level.
Yes. All right. All right, copy this to the group Trello. Just got to journal my gold trade from this morning for you guys. All right, guys. So I'm going to head off. Great session again. We will be right back at it tomorrow morning. Get a little support over here, held on gold over here. Don't force anything. Again, if you already called GJ, don't force anything more. Just wait for your setups. If you get it, maybe take another one. But if not, just stay out and wait for tomorrow or wait for tonight. And again, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Quinn, I'll see you at 12. And Jamie, I will see you at what is it, around 6:37.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Have a
Yeah.
great productive day, all right?
All right.
Alright.
Yeah, you too.
Peace out, team.
See you, boys.
Yep.